It's the morning show, folks. The auctioneer today will be doing a very short video. So, I have a cold. We'll wait on everybody to come up. Morning there to everybody. Don't have a whole lot to talk about today. Voice is real low. Voice is deep. Got to protect it. Got a sell coming up in a week or so. Live. If you guys can hear me, I'm not sure. But anyways, usually more pizzazz in my show. It is Friday. It is October the 5th, 2018. So it's about one of my most saddest days as I have a cold. And so trying to get the voice to work, it's kind of hard. But don't have a whole lot to talk about. But I do, however, have a little bit to talk about. Good. I do have a little bit about to talk about. Yes, I need to get one of them Asian dolls or whatever brand of dolls you need for them silicone dolls. So let me tell you what, I did some research on them things, and I'll tell you, they are something. They're lifelike. You can get them however high or low or whatever you want. But hey, guys, there is a cool thing about something that's going on there. Krispy Kreme donuts. I didn't even know they were still around. I thought they kind of went on the wayside. At least they did in our area. But new location in Ireland. I got this laid into me yesterday. It's breaking news. It's cool. But the Krispy Kreme in Ireland has stopped the overnight drive-through due to honking. They had such a humongous outdoings with their donut shop over there that they decided to, they had a sacrifice. They had literally over hundreds of cars for 24-hour service. They actually had a 24-hour drive-through service at their Krispy Kreme location. But due to all the honking and the cars and the nonsense for the new location, they've decided to not go. So they only now they decided to go from 6 a.m. until 11:30 at night to get your Krispy Kreme fixed in Ireland. I don't know if it's something to do with their what they like to drink. It makes them thirsty for to eating donuts, or if something else kind of goes on there. They get the munchies. I'm not sure, but they had well over thousands of cars, literally overnight, every night since they've been open. And anyways, they decided to listen to their people and their customers and not open all night long due to that. But anyways, that's about the top 10. That's about all I got today for the odd news stuff. But well, it was something to do with Krispy Kremes, but there's quite a large amount of traffic that would go into that. It was kind of weird. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out, I had a question that I kind of forgotten about overnight. That I kind of forgot. Actually, there's a little training post that I like to share a little bit too. I like this guy. I won't take his credit for it, but I thought it was great. He says, the president texted me today. He says, I got an individual text. Did anybody else get one too? But he said, I feel pretty privileged that the president took a time out of his day to message him personally. Whatever. Yeah, I didn't want to burst his bubble saying about every damn American did, but we'll let him have it. It's his story. Let's see, guys. If you guys haven't had time to check out my other business page, my actual business of an auctioneer, get on there. Tell me how you like it. Write it down here on these comments here on this video of the Miller Auctioneer Services Iowa website. Tell me what you like and what you don't like about it, so we can always work better with our customers for anybody and everybody. I want to do that. I'd like to do that. Also, classes are still lining up there at the Continental Auctioneering School. So if you have always wanted to be or know more about auctioneering, I suggest getting a hold of Continental Auctioneering. They're out of northern Iowa there. I shared the number yesterday in my other video. I don't have the number right offhand, but make sure you get a hold of him. He's a really good teacher. He's a really good guy. I call him a friend of mine. So make sure you yeah, you get on that list if you have ever wanted to, or just to know a little bit more about what an auctioneer does. It'd be a great course for anybody to take. I always like to support the small business, and large business. Yeah, if nobody had catch that memo, guys. Yeah, I do have a voice or a cold. So I'm kind of not going real loud with the voice, trying to protect it. As that's how I make my money, is with my voice. So, yes, the dolphin story. It's not really that great of a story, but sure, Brian, we'll share that since I ain't got a whole lot to do today. It is Friday, October. So the dolphin story, if anybody hasn't known, the local people, of course, know the dolphin story. But basically, there was a zebra and a dolphin. We were in the Marshalltown, bloody hell. We were in the Mitchellville, that's close, Mitchellville area, Iowa, where we had one of our auction houses. Like I said, that auction house was about 250 square foot for our office space. We mostly done outdoor auctions with that particular building when we were there. Anyways, we ended up having the Dolphin had a guy out of Minnesota actually contact us to sell one of his dolphins. I thought it was a come on, just a joke, a funny laugh, but it became more serious as he sent us video links of actual live video footage from that zoo, and it did tie to that address. That's what was ironic about it, to where he said he was from. And so when we did do it, the dolphin, he had two of them. Well, anyways, he owned a zoo, and it was near northern part of Minnesota, next over to North Dakota, South Dakota, their area. And anyways, he wanted to find a place to sell a couple of zebras and his dolphin. When we done the exotic animal auction, he decided to find out. So our marketing and reach clear up to northern Minnesota about this dolphin show, or this exotic show. And these dolphins ended up coming up from the, or coming down there. And so, yes, dolphins. But this dolphin, what he done was pretty bad. He was married. He was trying to end up selling him out of underneath a very vicious divorce without having to pay his ex-old lady a part of the proceeds of that. So when we got there, anyways, we weren't permitted to sell dolphins. I didn't know that, really. Who the hell? You're more excited just to be able to have a real live dolphin show up to your show. I had news medias. I had everything coming to see this thing. Well, they stopped him on the Minnesota-Iowa borderline. And we had a lady from Colorado end up flying in from the Animal Rights Act to view said thing and to shut me down, basically, to find out more information. She thought it was mine. I said, no, what am I going to do with the dolphin? She's like, well, you were calling around to different zoos trying to find a purchaser for that. It is against the law to take any kind of commission for a dolphin. And I said, well, if it's such against the law to take commission for selling a dolphin, then why the hell do they have a zoo? And why the hell is the zoo allowed to charge? And she's like, well, it's an exhibit. It isn't to sell the dolphin. It is to present the dolphin, and that food or the fees go to feed the dolphin. I said, oh, well, good excuse, valid, but I just wondered. I tried to defend myself of, damn, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of commission to have on selling a dolphin. And so 10% to sell a dolphin on whatever the cost was. And so I was trying to find that. I didn't even know what the hell a dolphin was, or what it was worth, and stuff like that. So I wanted to find out, and I figured, hell, whatever zoo would own it would easily make their money back by an exhibit. So I try to get our local zoo here to open up an aquatic shed. Maybe that zoo could work together, and then they could transport it. But he was actually literally bringing it in a live truck tank, keeping the fish alive on a deal. Where the hell he was going to do with it afterwards, I don't know. But the zebras didn't make it. But the Alamillo, I can't say talk, guys. The Alamillo, I can't do it. But anyways, there was an armadillo. There we go. And anyways, he would be the yeah. I would absolutely put that on my top one list. There was a question down here wrote. It said, "Would you say a dolphin or a zebra would be the most odd item that you've sold or were asked to sell?" Yes, that would be one of the top things. The other one that I did have is that I had once I had a college kids call me and asked me. I got a call in there and said they wanted to do a fundraiser auction. It was back in the days, and during the auction, the guy said he says, yeah, do you get paid for this? And I said, well, we hope to, but yes we do. I said, how can I help you? And he says, what I'm trying to figure out. He said, I'm gonna do. Yeah, I am Rusty. Yes. But these really did happen. These are legendary stories. Yeah, not just stories, but these stories. I think they happen to a lot of us, except for the dolphin and the zebra. But yeah, no, the zebra didn't make it. No, it didn't. They were the same consignor, so he got stopped. He got interviewed, and finally taken. The charges, whatever happened, I don't know. He was actually certified Zeus, so I don't know whatever happened to the two things. I didn't follow it enough. I was so pissed off that I didn't get to sell the zebra and the dolphin. But anyways, we were back in this college story here, and yes, oh my God, yes, we did have an exotic animal auction, and we had a hell of a great time with it. Um, Somebody asked me, did I? Yes. Oh my word, we had the whole entire crowd shut down, the street shut down over there in the corner of the building. I mean, we had, oh my word, and there's enough people no, they just didn't make it to the sale. They got stopped on the Minnesota border. They got stopped on the Minnesota border by the border patrol over there, and by the whatever the hell Animal Rights Act's code name is. But anyways, they did track them down, find them, find the gentleman that was bringing the semi full of them. They were really on their way to the sale. They were running a little late, and we did call them, and they said, well, they had a little issue. They were stopped on the Minnesota borderline, Iowa at the way station. So they weren't getting permits somehow, and they didn't understand why, but they didn't get the permits to come in on that deal because they got stopped. So they were doing by the law, so they were bringing it down. But yeah, it was kind of a bad deal. But anyways, this college kid had asked me. He called me and he says, "Hey, I want to do a fundraiser," and I said, "Okay, yeah, we do them." And he says, "Well," he said, "there's some girls that I have that I want to do, to auction off. Do you do that?" I said, "Well, what is your definition of auctioning off?" He said, "Well," he says, "we want to auction it off for a night of, woo." And I said, "Oh, yeah, we can't do that." So I said, "That's illegal." I said, "Now we can do it a fundraiser. So like if you had them do like a chore, like, for a fundraiser as to clean a house or to do a easy task. It's really just to raise money for the cause. So yeah, it's not slavery. It's not sexual. It is strictly just having that just do it for a fundraiser to raise money for a great cause, and maybe have them help mow the lawn or plant flowers with you or something casual. Not that range." He says, "Oh, so," he said, you can't condone in doing that kind of business. I said, "No, no, no, no. I won't. I won't even go that road. No, that's highly illegal. So I said I won't. But that would be the zebra, the dolphin, and the prostitution fundraiser, as I called it, would be my I guess 3 items right there, the strangest things that I've been asked to auction off in my career. Other than I did have to have a blow up piggy, uh, you know, sex toy that I did auction off once, and an older gentleman bought it. He says, I don't know, everybody has a want, and they'll be easily enough to buy it. So he wanted to buy it for a joke. He was going to give it for a Christmas present. So that's what he done. Any questions, guys? We're on that topic today, so you can interview or question the auctioneer today. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of news to talk about. It is Friday morning. The day's still young. My voice sounds like shit. Got a bad cold. Probably being in that box and driving the Jeep the other day, and this weather just go hot, cold, doesn't help. So, that dolphin would have done well at the. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that would have been. That was actually done beforehand. Um, uh, that question was there, so that one was on my top list. But then the dolphin and the zebra kind of went above that, so he's on second. So second deal. The chicken auction in a church. A chicken auction in a church. Oh my word! Who the hell told you that? Where the hell? Wow, see, I am knowing. And you guys don't call me the legend. Come on now, that's legendary. I am well known. I just thought about that. It wasn't a church, actually. It was a church. But it wasn't a church. It was a church at one time. We got to get it right. Hang on, I got a drink here. Oh, excuse me, guys. Okay. Hang on. No. Oh, it's soda. Yeah, have a soda, have a pop. Pop, it's soda. Yeah, somebody asked me, is it pop soda or cola? And it is soda. Yeah, that's right, because I've been in the north too long. It's soda. It's soda, This the other day, we go up there, I can act a little Canadian here. The little birdie told you, did he? Yeah, no, yeah, it's a church in England too. No, it's got a church in England too. Yeah, no, this the other day, we went down to, that, and we were having a dilly. And, gonna be, Yankee fucking northern people there. No offense to them, guys. But, I'll get a voice back. It's kind of going as I'm talking, Mary, guys. But let me go on to the story with the church. That wasn't a church. It was a Lotus Moment Center down there in St. Charles, Iowa. It was an event center, and I rented the half of the back. They actually held weddings and parties and on. So it was a church at one time, but a group of people had purchased that church and redone it into an event center, which is still going today, down there in St. Charles, Iowa, and just outside of the town. Great place, wonderful place, very beautiful, very beautiful. One of my better looking auction houses compared to the one in Carlisle, the second or the first to last one in Carlisle that was really big. But the one down there in Lotus Moments Event Center, that was down there. Now let me tell you guys, that church or event center that was a church. I keep saying church because now he said church, but. It was. We done a lot of different sales down there on that road. It was a great place. I really liked it. And the chicken sale that we did down there, yes. We had a lot of vendors, a lot of beautiful chickens come in across the ring there. We were there, and right then and at about that time, the owner's father bought many of them. I don't remember the count. I'd say over probably 40 or so chickens that he did buy. It was quite a few because we had quite a few. But we had people from Winterset come down, Winterset, Iowa, staff. We hired high school kids from there. I had one kid that just wasn't cutting it. He just go and try to teach him a little bit, and he couldn't hold on to his stage fright. And I felt sorry for him. I really did. We kept trying to work with the kid, but uh, freaked him out when there was chickens. He didn't know what to do then. But anyways, the owner, uh, yeah, I put down plastic. We put down plastic down on the floors. We kept it real clean. We had a kitchen in the back or at the side. We did as our catering deal, and actually the one of the owners actually ran the kitchen, so I didn't have to handle any of the food or the beverages. It was great. So he calmed down. He owned a couple restaurants. He had a restaurant license, clean save license, and everything like that. And so we were down there, and we were doing the sales every Friday night. I think it was Thursday nights. But this one was a special sale, so I think we held that one on a Saturday morning. It was a special sale that we were putting on for the exotic sale, and so anyways, we put down plastic. We ensure everything was kept clean, and open mop the floor. We're talking a very large area. We didn't have a thing. No, not fried chicken. No, he was serving hamburgers and beverages and stuff like that. I'm not sure what he served that day. I know it wasn't fried chicken, but uh, with burgers and hamburgers were made to order. I think pizzas too. He didn't have quite a fryer, I don't think, in there, but they were standing up because they did the wedding food too, so they had a hell of a kitchen. And so, anyways, they were trying to start it up and and do it. Well, I rented half of the back side of it, and they had the front side of the big building. We used to have wheelchair races in there. Mobilize the little electric scooter. We just buzz all around in that damn building having fun. There's a guy that usually watches that would enjoy the hell out of that. But anyways, we were down there on that thing, and we laid plastic down on the floor, made sure it was there. But anyways, the big owner come in. The dad that actually owned it was there. He liked it. He loved it. But the daughter uh, came in and found out we were doing the exotic animal auction, and we had told them we usually do it. It was outdoors usually. However, it was cold, and so very cold, and it wasn't warm enough for the chickens. And for the loss to be able to sell the chickens. And so, anyways, we went down and we did that. So, anyways, after that, then we kind of asked to, we were asked to leave the premise afterwards after that. And I said, well, look, we have a contract and stuff like that. But anyways, out of that, but yeah, that kind of cost the auction house there. We probably still would have been there for a while longer when we were there because we rented it by the month. Uh, and so it was expensive. The rent was expensive to have it, and it was a little farther from Des Moines and Norwalk area. It was about a 40-minute drive, I think, half hour, 40-minute drive from the Des Moines area. So a little farther away from Des Moines than we wanted to be for the big hub for bringing people in for the followers that I had at the time. So, but yeah, that is the story of the events center and the chicken sale. So that's awesome. That's good to know. That is the shows that made us what I am today. So uh that's really it. We're on the question side, guys. If you're on there, if not, we will kind of kill the show today a little early. I don't know how long I've been running. I don't think that long, about 20 minutes. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Well, yeah, there's a question. I'll answer that. Yeah, well, she said that we did. We mopped the floor afterwards. We used the sanitizer on the floor. We did put the plastic. We rolled it back up. We cleaned it, mopped it one more time. She said due to that they serve food and that some of her guests in the backside because of the feather dust, the dust, just the allergen, that could make her other people later on down the road sick or allergic, which makes no damn sense because Yeah, back then, yeah. And there's Tommy Myers. Been to a damn good exotic auction in Centerville, Iowa, years ago. Yeah, you're right down. That is actually, I think, if I correct me, it's right up the main highway, going straight out, going south just a little bit, just out of the main drag of Centerville. I I'm trying to think of the road, but you go in there and it's just on the west side of the road. There's actually two or three auction houses or barns there. One does farm, and then if not, then you might be referring to Tommy down there as the was, and we lost him a few years back. A good auctioneer was the Cincinnati auction barn right there, just going into Cincinnati, Iowa. Um, right down there. I don't think they're still running. I know he passed on, the one auctioneer, the dad did. I'm not sure if that's still going on or not. I haven't been down there in a long time. That was yeah. They really did. They had some really great exotic stuff right down in that neck of the woods. And the southern part of Iowa, they understand what them are. Up here in the north, not too much. Well, there's some more pig country and mostly pigs up around my area now compared to the cattle and the more warm birds, so warm blood animals. So, any questions, folks? If not, I'd appreciate it. We will see you Monday, Columbus Day. Monday, guys. Columbus Day is Monday. So, guys, have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Tune in or go to an auction, be part of an auction. If you haven't ever went to one, find one in your local area, get online, look it up, follow it. Also, if you, like I said before, if you're thinking about becoming an auctioneer, make sure you check out Continental Auctioneering. They're right out of Iowa. Make sure you tune into that. Admire, I think. Well, Admire does a chicken auction down there too. Yes. He just done one this spring, I think. He done one this spring. I'm not sure, Rusty, if you're still with me. Did you do one this morning? Or I meant this morning. Yeah, you did one real fast this morning. Did you do one this fall? I'm not sure. Or he might be having one. You guys, look him up. How much does that school cost? Now, that school, depending on what you want to take, it does just go on there. They have different stuff, but give me a second. And since you're online, I will look that up real quick for you. Give me 1 second, folks. I had a question. It's a valid question. Give me 1 second, and I will share that information with you. I know the classes are lining up pretty quick. So, guys, there's a question on there. He's asking me how much does this school cost. So, give me 1 second. I want to make sure I go on with his request here. So, give me 1 second, folks. I got to look that up. Oh, why you do this to me? Nope, there it is. Thank you. I appreciate it. There he is in the slash, guys. $1,095 for auction school, $395 for appraisal school. Thank you, Jason. That's the guy doesn't want to say it, so but he did it. So there's no discrepancy there. So, guys, $1,095 for auction school and $395 for appraisal school. So that's the cost there. Lane Jane, how much does it cost? But it's $1,095 for the auction school and $395 for appraisal school, and I couldn't be more than happy to share that school with all people that want to go to auction school. In Iowa, you're right. You do not have to. It is a great deal, really. It is, and I'll tell you what, he will teach you a lot. He's a really good person. And he has a great staff. I couldn't talk more best about him. Sticks his neck out a lot. So I really couldn't. You know, he's a great mentor, a great guy. I couldn't be more happier to pick one auction school and to support the most would be auctioneerschool.com. Yeah. Continental Auctioneering, right out of North Iowa here. He does different classes there, so find one that might meet in your area, uh, and work with him. Give him a call, and ask questions, guys. Because I'll tell you what, he is one of the I do. Do you offer lessons? No. I am one of them that if you went into work with me as an apprentice, as when we had shows, then I'm trying to read these. Then you could learn on the job, and which would work with you. Really would. It would work with you, being the inside and outsides and stuff like that, as we do on location sales for the setup and the upsides, guys. There's a lot of work in between and behind an auction. So there really is. There's a lot more work involved in an auction than most people would think. They think we just do this really good and really fast. Good teacher up there will also teach you how to do the good big calling filler words, how to call an auction. Also give you a value of what an item may be worth. That item is worth what it is worth that day. That is how we set the value. But for that particular day, doesn't mean that item isn't worth more tomorrow. But as that today, that's the value. But guys, with that though, being on there, auctions are learned, and they give you the stuff you need to know. After that, it's going to be basically you're going to learn it on the job. On the job training is one of the best things. Trial, error, fail. Don't fail. Learn from it. You never fail as long as you learn from it. Make sure you follow your rules and make sure you follow the guidelines. But literally, never ever go against the guidelines, but always learn from what you fail at or what may not work, because fail is a hard word, but what may not work you can learn from to make it a positive direction. So always learn from that. Always learn from your mistakes. It's kind of like high school. You always get a second chance, right? There's certain things that you don't, but that's not what I'm talking about in being an auctioneer. It's not the illegal stuff. I'm talking about stuff. One, you have to work with many different people. You have to work with different backgrounds. You have to deal with different aspects. You can deal with just, there's so many levels. There's banks, there's personal, there's estates. There's a lot. And usually there's a reason why somebody goes to auction, and that's what you have to understand, why they're going to auction. It don't matter what industry you're in, there's always a reason. So, that would be the deal. Well, you'd have to pay your time. So let me get on there with that one. Have you ever considered starting an auction school? Actually, yeah, there's a good friend of mine which actually owned one, and I've tried to talk to him back to start one. Not to run against my favorite guy at all, but he used to run or have one down south, and for years. And I think he's a very good guy to follow and to work. He does work with me once in a while in our auctions and follows me, and I follow him. And we actually trade back and forth on working with different sales. So he's a very great guy. He's also a car mechanic, but in a family man. So he's just, where he's at. But southern Missouri. Oh, sorry, guys. In Missouri. And you know what's great about this is I can talk to y'all, and I don't have to get you a cold. So there's no cross-contamination. It's always a good time. But let me go on to the questions here. Can't be hard if you can do it. Well, it depends on what your definition is on thank you. What your definition is. Can't be hard if you can do it. What's the definition on that? Is it just to call the numbers, or is it to call the numbers, or is it to do the contract, or is it to get land the sale? Is it to go out, financially and work that auction, sweat, tears, dust, have the financial obligation to make sure somebody's going to pay that customer? boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, that right there could be just about anything. It can't be hard if you can do it. Well, I'll tell you what, auctioneering is can be the most stressful things there ever is to do in your job, career. You can lie out your teeth about it and always be positive about it. And that's probably one of the best goals is to be positive, always be positive. Well, what are some of the legendary auction schools would be one that's up for sale. Legendary auction school would be up for sale right now, which would be WWC. Worldwide College. It's gone. It'll be gone. But that one's gone, guys. That one's totally gone. They have it up for sale. Sad thing to see. I'm sure somebody proud owner will have it. Hopefully they take it in the right direction and it'll go the right way. For that school, Paul C. Bear, well-known guy, well-known auctioneer. Yep, Worldwide College of Auctioneering is up for sale, folks. So he is. That one's a great one, but there's a lot of great auction schools around the nation that you could always go to. But always check out your rules, your regulations, and your laws. And I'll tell you what, you may say it may be easy if it ain't hard. Well, the only problem is if you're in one of them licensed states and you have to have an apprentice underneath you, that auctioneer can either help you succeed and really fly with colors, or they can really hold you down and they can block you. They can put you in your network and you ain't going to never fly. So having them words said with definition is, without the proper definition, can be really taken the wrong direction. And I'll tell you what, when you get in there to that kind of level, it's not always what you know, it's who you know. And that's really where you got to go. And I see a lot of auctioneers become auctioneers, and within a few months, they're not auctioneers any longer. I mean, they may still be an auctioneer. I'm not going to say they're not auctioneer, but it's one of them freelance things, kind of like a photographer. You've got to go out there and you really got to sell it and get your name out there and go a positive direction and get your name where you want it to be. Sell it. Just sell it, sell it, sell it. It ain't all about big calling, guys. It ain't all about, hey, somebody give $1 down, 2, 2, 2, anybody 2, that'll be in now, 3, 3, 3, anybody 3, that'll be in now, 4, 4, 4, anybody 4, 5, 5, 5. That ain't none of that, guys. That ain't this, that. And I'll tell you what, also, Continental School Auctioneering will teach you voice control and breathing control. You can go and do that in music, but I'll tell you what, it takes a lot of breathing and a lot of voice exercises. To keep your voice going and to know how to talk, how to big call correctly. Also, to breathe in and to breathe out at the same time that you're amplifying, control, voice pitch. If you guys think I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, you guys can blow yourselves up. If you guys ask me a question, I'll probably have it. There's a gift. There's a gift, and I have the gift. I was blessed. I don't think at all that I was blessed to have the gift to be able to chant. Was my calling, I guess. That's why I am what I am. But, again, not everybody has a chant. Not everybody has a gift. But you can learn the gift. And you can learn the style that'll work for you the best. And it ain't all about big calling, guys. You don't have to be an auctioneer in big call. If you're going to do the online direction, who the hell needs a big caller for that? So, to be an auctioneer is to be an auctioneer. To be a big caller is to be a big caller. They're still an auctioneer. They're both great guys. It's kind of like Rusty Amar, man. I'm going to use you for a second. He runs a Tuesday night auction online, guys. A Tuesday night Facebook auction. And, it's not a whole lot of chanting, but a lot of selling, a lot of direction. That's where it is. He does a lot of different sale techniques, different things, but really it's about going out there and getting the money and getting the most money out of that person's item. That's what you're working for. That's what you're doing. You're hired to go out there and make the most money you possibly can for that particular seller. And that's who you work for. The buyers will come, but really your job is your seller. And your boss is always a seller. Everybody says, well, I'm my own boss. Well, you always have a boss somewhere. It don't matter if you're in sales, somebody's there. It could be your customer, and it could, well, customer as a buyer, or customer as a seller. That's your two bosses. Boss number one is your seller. Boss number two is your buyer. You have your followers and you have your legacy. That's what, and hospitality. Hospitality into that is huge. And if you guys don't think I don't know what I'm talking about, may wake up, folks. May wake up. That's all I can say about that. Literally. Because I tell you what, everybody has a likings of their own. Yep. Any other questions, guys? I think my tablet's kind of going airing down a little bit, so don't want to miss any questions or anything like that. Don't want to miss you. Don't want to mislead you. If not, it's been a while. It's been a great time. We'll be talking more Monday. Hopefully on my coat, but it's been a while. Let's see if we can do the logo. I lost my smoky. The legend. Guys, you guys can record that cop, but anyways, I send some stuff to the other auctions to get most of the money. I send. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. If an auctioneer has the right to know in his market. And let me ask that one, to send something or maybe put it in his sell thing and have it contracted, but that's where it's contracted. That's what I consider contract auctioneering. Contract and auctioneering is where you have a contract to call an auction and work with an auction company. Also, other hand, that you can subcontract that your items out to another market that you know for a fact is going to bring in more money. There ain't nothing wrong with that. It does not change you being an auctioneer. It makes you a smart auctioneer. Because, again, it's sending you the value, and it's also getting you the most money. That's what it is. So you guys have to do your own homework when you're doing it and when you're choosing an auctioneer. Every auctioneer has their own twist, their own twang, their own way of marketing. I ain't going to say it's any way wrong or not, but if they stop learning, that's the day they should quit. Honestly. That goes for anybody. The day they want to stop learning, just quit. Guys, with that, I want to thank everybody for that. For that again, I am going to tie up the show. I am about 40% or 30%, I think, of my battery life is at 17. So, guys, I don't want to lose y'all and not have my slogan to go out with. So, guys, remember, keep calm, auction on. That's mine. You keep calm, auction on. I'm psyched. Let's go fucking drink some Chardonnays and play some polo. Keep your stick in the ice. It's not mine. I just borrowed that. Folks, with that, it's been fun. I appreciate it. Thank y'all. Good day. See you Monday, Columbus Day. Bye, guys.